Hey, hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to My Taste in Music Sucks, the podcast where every single week myself and Christopher Icon sit down, we talk about music, we talk about life, we talk about my broken brain. It seems to be a topic now every week. And we just basically just kind of, you know, try to have a conversation like you're sitting around with some friends, listening to some tunes, and just enjoying yourselves.
Yep. All right.
And
So since you led with your taste in music sucks, you're going to have to defend it because this is an album that means a lot to you. You
Rough.
said you know it enough. You don't even have notes. You're free ball on it. It's
Yep.
all new to me. The artist is new to me. Um, the style, maybe not new, but it's not something that I would really hang out with. The artist is Jeffrey Gaines, and this is his 1994 album, Slightly Dazed.
Somewhat slightly dazed.
Somewhat slightly dazed. See, without notes, he knew what's going on.
Yep. I'm here.
Um, we're just going to jump into it since it's an album you
Yep.
love.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, if you think about what was going on in 1994 on the radio,
Hmm.
Counting Crows,
Yep.
um, Cracker,
Yep.
just that kind of stuff. I feel like this was Jeffrey's reach for that. This was him trying to get on the radio. It's the only time he ever toured with a full band. Every other tour he's ever done has been solo acoustic.
You can tell it starts out very like um coffee house rock kind of solo guy. I don't mean that in a bad way. That's just how I mean it. And as it went on later in the album, the band really started to pick up and started doing some really interesting things with the instruments. You can kind of tell he's used to that stripped down version of rock and
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, yeah. But uh but yeah, man, I interviewed him on my show not that long ago and he talked about how, he got to go in a van with a group of guys and hit the road, and it's the only time he'd ever gotten a chance to do that and the only
Hmm.
time he's done it. So, he had a good time with the album. He had a good time making the album, and I think you can hear it in the music. I think you can tell that he was out there, trying to be a 90s rock star, man.
I don't know if I'd say he was trying to be a rock star. This doesn't have any of that cock swinging kind of rock star energy.
Well, a 90s rock star isn't the same thing as like an 80s or a 70s rock star.
That's pretty
'Cause
fair. That's
rock
pretty
stars
fair.
in the 90s were a little different than they were
Yeah.
emotional.
Well, since you already brought up the 90s, I'll just go ahead and jump into the first track. It's called I
Yeah.
Like You.
Yeah.
My notes are right now are pretty simple. I just wrote this is very, very 90s music, and I just put I'm not sure about it. So I figured I'd have you talk a little bit more about why you like this album. Where were you at when this came out that you gravitated toward it so heavily?
Well, I think first of all, you have to know like kind of my history with Jeffrey a little bit.
Yeah, please.
It's his first album when it came out. I don't know if you're familiar with JBTV.
No.
It's a TV show that comes out of Chicago, but it's nationally syndicated. And I think it's on WICB in Chicago, but I'm not 100% positive about
Is
that.
it still around?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, JBTV is still, or not WICB, that's a radio station in Ithaca. Whatever it is, it's still around. But it's basically this guy, it's expanded, but basically this guy out of his house freaking interviews people and plays music videos. It's like a public access show, but with a bigger budget.
Oh,
So
cool.
he had Jeffrey Gaines on the show, and they gave Jeff away. So like basically, you could write in, and if you won, Jeffrey Gaines came to your house and gave a concert at your house.
I feel like you told me this once before,
Yeah,
or
they have.
this part. Keep going.
Um,
I wasn't meaning to cut you off. It's just
oh no,
sound.
you're fine. But that's how I found out about him. That's how I found out about his first album. He had a song on it called "Hero in Me" that I loved.
When was this? What year?
This would have been 92, 91, somewhere around there.
Okay, so early on. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and so I loved that first album.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to it all the time. So the second album comes out, and there was a big push for the second album.
Mm-hmm.
He did Conan O'Brien.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so seeing him on Conan O'Brien, I was like, oh crap, there's a new album. So I went out and I got the new album, and I loved it. I gave it to my mom as a Christmas present.
Uh-huh.
Like that's how much I liked it, and how much I was sure that she would like it too.
How'd that go?
No, she really did. She really liked it. She still has it.
I was not expecting that from the stories and things you've mentioned growing up. I was expecting maybe she beat you with it or threw it at
well,
you like a frisbee or
well, my mom wasn't necessarily the physical abuser. My mom was more. My mom was more the like. Hmm, she would over protect,
Hmm. Yeah.
but in like a very condescending way.
A lot
You
of people
know,
don't know, we talk about it in a bunch of different ways on the show. I don't think a lot of people know how to love someone. Does that make sense?
it does. Yeah,
Be it a child, a wife, a husband, um, a dog for some people. It's just I feel like that's one of those things that you you either learn like right away, right? Oh my God, look at my child. Nothing else matters.
yeah,
Or unfortunately, in a lot of cases, a lot of people don't learn that early on, or they struggle with it because they're human or whatever.
yeah. I mean, I had to learn how to love. You know, I
Yeah,
definitely did. But no, my stepdad was the one who physically not a great situation. My
yeah.
mom was a lot more like it's like oppressive love. I don't know. It's hard to explain, dude. I don't know, like the way that my mom
I was just
everything
getting at
every
because
everything has a consequence and everything has a has a I don't know.
all right. I was just getting at because you kind of had a rougher childhood than me. We don't have to
Yeah, for sure.
throw your mom under the bus or
No, no, yeah, of course not. Yeah.
psychoanalyze your mommy issues on the first track. We can at least wait till four tracks in or something.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
What's the first song you heard? Oh, you said you already heard
It
you
was
had
I Like
already
You.
heard
Oh,
his
well,
first
yeah, the
album.
first song I heard by him was stuff off the first album, but I Like You was the single, and it was the song that he played on Conan O'Brien, and it reminded me of Cracker, like that guitar,
Hmm.
the that
This was
that
the
guitar.
single.
That was the single, man.
I think that hurt the album. There's better tracks.
There are definitely better tracks.
But
You
this
believe
is
in me.
obviously his style. This song, even though the band's there, they're more subtle. They're kind of doing their thing in the background. This is very much one man and a guitar, singing at a coffee shop or a restaurant or something like that. I think we've all kind of seen that type
Yeah.
of artist.
Well, it was crazy because when I first heard this song, I thought it was Jeffrey rocking the fuck out, dude. Like just going for it. Because that first album is so like subdued and I mean compared to the first album, this is Led Zeppelin.
Uh, I don't even know what to do with that information. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I'm absolutely not making fun of nobody or Mr. Gaines at all,
Yeah,
but I would not have called this first song rocking out in any way, shape, or form, let
man.
alone compare it to, Led Zeppelin. And that doesn't mean he's not rocking out as in putting everything he has into it and really putting his voice into it. It's just not
Yes.
necessarily what I would call a, devil horns up rocking out song.
Right, right, right.
See, you're already
Well,
yawning about it, and we've just been talking about it for a couple
ah, man,
minutes.
it's the medicine. It's
Yeah, I
freaking
know.
medicine. Daggone bastards. Got me
So
on
I'm kind of
drugs.
in a weird place with it because this is not anything that I would listen to at all. So I'm like, what is this? I don't think the first song really sold me quite yet. That
Okay.
happens a bit later on. What's your initial impressions of this first song? What do you remember about it?
I mean, like I said, I remember hearing it and just thinking that it was Jeff really going for it. Like he's
Yeah.
really rocking out and going for it. And oh, one thing too, I knew some of these songs a little bit
Hmm.
because I had seen him on tour in between the first album and the second album.
How was he live?
Oh, he was awesome. It was just him and his guitar. And I mean, he talked to everybody from the stage and he just like, it was at a theater, like a small theater, kind of like how we saw Jen and Chrissy.
At the Strand over in Shelbyville. Yeah.
Yeah, very similar to that setup. So,
Seen a lot of good bands in small clubs.
yeah,
A
yeah.
lot.
But I mean, he played with the lights up. So, I mean, he could see everybody and we talked back and forth and like, it was a really cool setup. But he had played a lot of these songs. He had played a lot of these songs during that show.
Okay.
So, I got to know some of them just from seeing him play them live during that show.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'd imagine this translates live. Usually, at least in my mind, these kind of artists, these whatever you want to call them, solo artists with just a guitar, they know how to um, present that live to where it's not
Yeah,
boring, right? It's not just a guy and a guitar. They know how to, strum chords and slow it down and talk to people and work that into the show. And there's something very, well, it's because I think that this kind of artist really, really have to cut their teeth live.
yeah, yeah,
Well, I think everybody should, but this is definitely, or that coffee house kind of scene. That's people I've talked to that done it. It's very intensive, It's this, you got to be over there at 5 o'clock and then back over here at 6 o'clock because you got no choice but to just keep trying to get your art in front of, I guess, your crowd.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, that's another thing too. Like, you have to work the whole crowd. You have to
Mhm.
be such a showman to do this kind of music.
Right, right, yeah. Because it's just you and your guitar. That's to me, that's even different than like what we listened to with Marty and the Bad Punch and was it Dan Byrne?
Yeah, Dan Byrne.
Even though those guys, it was just them and their vision, it was
Right.
still, you could, if you needed to, lean on whatever the guitar was doing or whatever the bass was doing, even though those guys really didn't. But when you're a solo artist like this, like you're saying, it's just you and that guitar, and
Yeah.
an acoustic guitar is way more limited in what it can say, or at least how it can say things compared to, a full-on electric setup.
Yeah, for sure. I will say, I Like You, the first track, is one of the most positive songs that you will ever hear in your entire life.
Oh yeah.
It's just such a like, I don't know. It's such a one of the things that Jeffrey is really good at, because some of the things that he says in there, where he says like you don't care to be the only, you don't care to be the queen.
Hmm.
Some women would take that as kind of an insult,
Right.
right? But just the way that he says it, he follows it through with seems you only care for happiness and how much that means.
Right.
And then he talks about all the things that she gives to him and how she makes him feel secure and 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 how thankful he is for her. And it's just such a positive song, man.
My stepmom was one of those women. She was so loving and so smart and so caring. She commanded a room. And
Yeah,
she wasn't doing it on purpose. She wasn't, no ego involved. It's just when you get that type of person, you notice. You know what I mean? And people want to
Yeah.
hear, oh, what's Jeffrey saying? For my stepmom's name was Jeannie. It was, what does Jeannie think about this? It's I don't know if it's a magnet, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So the second song, Sweet Janine,
Oh
I
man, yeah.
put I could not I just can't imagine you walking around singing this song. Like,
Really.
what would you have been doing? Skipping home from school?
I know, it's so
Mayberry?
happy, dude. It's so happy.
Did you live in Mayberry? Like, this is like you're saying, it's so just happy.
Yeah.
There's nothing you would call a downer at all. Even the notes in the guitar work and stuff stay away from, I don't know if it's just drop D, but I think people know what I mean as far as tones and things.
Right, right, right.
It's just a happy song.
But if you listen to the lyrics, though, he's questioning how, the happiness of this chick. He's like, are you really this person that you're presenting to everyone?
Some of his lyrics are a little on the sneaky side. There's some things
Yeah.
in here I was just like, okay, okay,
Yeah.
I just I can't imagine you singing this song like
Man,
where and how and
I, I know, dude. I just really like Jeffrey Gaines.
yeah, there's
So,
nothing wrong with it. We'll
so,
just
I just,
and we'll get into all that of
I'm
how it's
dancing around. I mean, there's something good to be said for dancing around, man.
yeah,
And
absolutely. Do you know any more about the song? Do you happen to know like whoever Janine was or
yeah, I don't know who Janine is.
so you didn't get the straightforward kind of love song out of it. Sounds like you got just a little bit more of
Well,
a
I feel like he's Sweet Janine, what have you seen, and Are You for Real? He's trying to find out if this is an actual if this person is really who they're presenting themselves as.
that makes sense. That's something everybody kind of does, even if we don't talk about it or recognize it. When you first meet, be it, a friend, a coworker, a romantic option, that's kind of what you're doing, right? You're testing, I don't want to say testing the boundaries. Um, you're kind of seeing, oh, are they real? Are they really about what they say? Or is it
Right.
where a lot of people, I myself have done it on both sides, who you're presenting when you're trying to impress a mate or, yeah, that's the best way to say it, isn't necessarily or shouldn't, maybe should be, okay, I gotta pull this around here, isn't
Yeah.
always who the person actually is. A lot of people have a habit, and like I said, I've been on both sides of this, of trying to present a better version of me.
Yeah,
And
sure.
on both sides of that coin, it's kind of disingenuous. It's going to make the person, for me, a girl, think, "Oh, he's one thing," and I'm really not. Or
Right, right,
B, if you're
right.
the one that's, I don't know, romantically attached first, you're like, "Oh, wow, she says all the right things," and it turns out maybe that's not quite necessarily who they are. We all do it, as far as I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And I didn't even necessarily think that this was a romantic song. I thought of it more of like this person who just seems to be like a head in the clouds type of person.
Ooh.
That's how I always looked at the song.
Well, are you using the term head in the clouds as in like not paying attention, you're just off in la la land, or you're in a good
Yeah.
mood, you're on cloud nine?
Well, a little bit of both. Like your head's in the clouds, so you can't see all the crappy stuff that's happening.
Right.
You're up there and you're just like everything's great. I live in this world where everything is great, and you can't
Well, there
touch
does
me up here, kind of
there
thing.
does come a point where, you need to do that because you don't want to, again, not to crap on nothing face, but you don't want to live in that space all the time. So you got
Yeah.
to have your balance to come up to some Jeffrey Gaines.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Do you know what the third song is, or do you want me to?
No, just go ahead and say it, dude. I don't remember the track listings, but
All
I
right.
know the songs.
It's called "I Know a Man," and of course,
Oh,
me
I
being
love this
me,
song so much.
I wrote first thing I wrote was biblically, ha ha. But dumb joke aside,
I Know a Man for a long time was my favorite song on the album.
and I see why. At first I was like, oh, it's a Jesus song, but
Right, but it's not. Yeah.
it's not. But it still might be, and that's what I was saying earlier when I said we'd get into it. How his lyrics are kind of open ended. They're sneakier or
The
maybe
fact,
smarter than I was expecting from that style of music.
yeah. The fact that he says so many people taking tongues for granted, slithering and squirming and taking what they're handed. Or no, wait,
Hmm.
that's the spine part. The tongues is taking the truth, finding ways to slant it. But it's just taking spines for granted, slithering and squirming, taking what they're handed. It's just
Hmm.
such an interesting lyric.
Right,
And
right. It's a good way to describe those type of people, you know what I mean? Those
yeah, yeah, yeah.
snake type of people that yes men culture, whatever it is. It's a neat way to describe it without straight up, calling them a snake or even using negative words or imagery to describe them.
Yeah, well, and I love the ending too because this is something that he does in a lot of his songs. He calls himself out.
Oh, how so?
Well, he says so many people like you and me never realizing what our lives could be.
Mm,
I know a man who'd know what to do.
right,
He calls himself out in the end. He's like, "Hey, I'm not, I'm guilty of this crap too. Like
right.
not 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 being thankful for the things that I have."
You have to be self-aware, I would think, to make this kind of music, because if not, it's going to come across campy. If you're
Yeah.
just everything's great, blah 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 blah, everything's because you think it's going to sell or you think that's what college kids want to hear, it won't translate. But for him
Right.
to say, he's kind of bearing this part of his thought and soul open, which is what a lot of these guys do, and it's just them and the guitar. They have to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, the lyric that says, where he says, "Can't lift a finger to stop what's wrong. He
Hmm.
can't lift his leg to dance to a Beatles song." It always makes me tear up. I don't know. I guess just the idea of being paralyzed and you can't even dance.
Mm.
And it's just like, yeah,
Is it
can't lift his leg to dance to a Beatles song. It's just like, shit.
is it really about being paralyzed, or is it about how the person has gotten kind of, I don't know, people that are so grumpy or so stoic, anyway, that they're not going to dance.
No, I think this song is pretty straightforward. Like, I think that's one thing about Jeff too. Like, he does do metaphors, but I think with this song especially, he breaks down these different people who are in these terrible situations, like they're mute or they're
Mm,
paralyzed or they can't talk. Well, mute
right.
is things can't talk. And then he talks about how the things that they can't do.
Hmm. And then
And
at the end says, "Hey, don't worry. There are things I can't do either. We're all the same. We're all here."
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. And that kind of fits with, especially now that I've heard the whole album, it
yeah,
kind of fits with what I've learned about him and his style of play and things, that he would have that just positive message to it.
right, right, right.
All right. So song four is Safety and Self. Really
All
cool
about
violin
his
part.
mom,
What?
man. The song about his mom.
That explains a lot. A lot, a lot. Man. I've just I'll let you talk about it since you know more about it. My notes were just kind of like, what style is this? What's this going for? And then
Yeah,
the violin comes in, and I just put, I don't know, but I really like what that violin's doing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's the song about, the matriarch of the family passing away, like the person who made them all a family, the person who everyone gathered around. And now it's like, what are we going to do now? We don't
Maybe
have
I'm
you
glad that I
here.
missed that because I understand that sentiment exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like we don't have you here to help us feel safe anymore.
Right,
So now we've got to find a safety in self.
right.
And
I don't know if I've said this on the show. Um, Somebody told me, I don't remember who it was. Unfortunately, I'd like to give him a shout out. But when my stepmom passed, like I said, she was such a great person. They told me that the best way to honor them would to is to be all the good things she was.
yeah, and
And
that's
that
in
like
this song. I mean,
right, that
that's
hit me like, duh. That's that's
yeah.
what you do. That's what the grief is for. That's what you're so maybe it's good that I missed the message in the song. I hate for Jeffrey Gaines to make me cry 4 songs in, especially after I was just making fun of you for yawning.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because there's a part in the song where he says, now is the time. Now we must find a new safety in self and live all the life you deserve. Now is the time to find our own wealth and finish what's begun before our days are done. We owe this to you. I mean, yeah, dude, that's a whew.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I don't know if Spotify was being a cuck and didn't have the lyrics for this specific song.
yeah.
Happened a couple times, but I mean, that's a powerful statement, sentiment.
He is a strong songwriter. And I think
Absolutely.
part of what makes him such a strong songwriter is he says things in ways that people can understand.
Right.
He's not out here trying to paint giant pictures. He's like, this is life.
Right. But he's more subtle than, say, American Aquarium was.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah,
Or I don't know. Yeah, he's like you said, he's not telling stories you can't relate to or that you need to sit back and imagine what's going on. It's very much here's what this is about. But like you said, he's such a good songwriter.
yeah,
That might not necessarily be exactly what it's about, or at least the way he says it is just clever and interesting,
yeah, yeah, for sure.
especially leading into um 5. You believe in me?
Oh, man.
This made me take notice. This like
Yeah. Yeah.
what do you know about this song? And then I'll
Well, I will
go
say
into it.
now that it's been years,
Mm-hmm.
it's my favorite song on the album. Like now that I've had a long time to sit with it and I've had this album for decades,
I could see
my
that.
favorite song on the album. Um, and it's funny because when Jeffrey and I were talking, he was talking about how Dark Love Song, which is on a different album, he always thought that was a lost power ballad. And I said, well, what about You Believe in Me? Especially towards the end when
Mm-hmm.
he's just going for it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he swung for the fences every time.
Okay.
That's what he said. He said every time he was singing something, he gave it everything.
Nice. You can tell as you
Yeah.
get after sitting with the album, you could tell he's given what he has, and we both have said we love that when artists are just here's everything, just emptying it out on stage or in the song. This this, like I said, was the one that had a moment in it that just clicked for me. Because at first I was like, who's the demographic for this? Like, I don't know anyone that
Yeah.
grew up in the kind of world that he's painting, like that kind of happy friends TV show type world.
Right.
And I was just trying to think, who is this for? And then I caught, I don't know if it was tone, the lyric phrasing, the instrumental, or just everything at once. It just made me go, oh, oh, oh. I started the song over after I
Yeah.
wrote my little
Yes.
notes. I had to. I was like, all right, I have to hear what this was. And it's
Yeah.
just, I still can't tell you what it was. I think it's just a great song that hits the mark. It's the only way I can even put it.
Vocally, he's doing so much in this song.
Yeah.
He's so quiet, and then he gets so big, and then, like I said, it's like rocking out at the end, man, and then it just dies.
I
Just
heard some kind of that like almost kind of Black Crows kind of sound. And this was
sure.
well, I don't know when Shake Your Moneymaker came out, but this is definitely not that.
Right, right,
But
right,
I could hear him doing a song like that. He's got this command on his voice where he knows or seems to know exactly what I don't even want to say limits, but what his limits are, and he can use that to paint. I don't know, just he's got a really good voice. It's subtle. It's like at first I didn't know how to take it. I was like, I don't know what I think about this vocally,
yeah,
but the more he plays and I don't know if it's the more comfortable he gets or the more album goes on. It's like, oh no, he knows that his voice isn't what you would call traditionally great. It's not Dan
right,
Byrne, but it doesn't stop him from using it in great ways and again
right,
in
right,
positive ways. And
right.
that's to me, that's kind of hard to do, especially in 94. Like this music was getting pushed over to the back burner because of the popularity of grunge was getting ready to come in. And I think you had Rage Against the Machine that already dropped their album. That
Oh,
might have been
sure, yeah.
92. So,
Well, but at the same time, like I said, there was that whole other thing. There was Cracker's second album. There was August and Everything After had come out. There was Matchbox 20 would be coming out in a couple years. So
yeah.
there was this whole other thing that was happening though. And I
Yeah, you're
think,
right.
he had a chance to fit into that. It just didn't, whatever, Chrysalis just didn't decide to do it.
You're right. I don't. It's so interesting this that you love this album and you had the out of the two of us the worst childhood. You would
Yeah.
think that I having the I don't want to say better, right? Different
Yeah.
childhood, you would think this is what I would be into instead of where I was musically and where you were musically are just so far apart.
Well, I think so. I've thought about this, right? Because I
Yeah.
do like hard rock. I do like heavy music.
Yeah.
Um, but also a lot of the heavy music that I like is not scary heavy music.
Hmm.
Um, so I think sometimes, like right now, I'm going through some stuff, right?
Hmm.
And it's a lot harder for me to listen to like even, I don't know, like Kingdom of Giants, let's just say.
Okay.
Because those harsh sounds, they're doing something weird to my brain right now. So if I'm gonna sit with any kind of music, I want to listen to freaking Starry Eyed.
Right.
For those of you who don't know Starry Eyed, it's a song by the Records. Go listen to it. You will be happy as
I don't
soon
know that
as you
song.
listen to it. Oh man, it's the quintessential power pop song.
All right. I'll
In
give it a
my
listen.
in my personal opinion, it is the if someone was to ask me what is power pop, I'd be like
You'd
Starry
send
Eyed.
them a 900-hour playlist
Yes.
or however
Well,
long that thing was.
and the thing that's funny is that playlist isn't even like really power pop. Like it's power pop plus power pop adjacent.
Right.
But but
It is.
yeah,
It's just good music. I don't know. It's positive, like you're saying. It'll put a little, I don't know, little pep in your step. Just a little
yeah,
bit of, yeah, it's not that bad. Listen to Jeffrey Gaines. Yeah, it's still
yeah.
positive.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I mean, I love the story that this song tells. I love Jeffrey Gaines has a lot of songs about codependence.
Yeah.
There's definitely, some codependence going on in this song, but it's a positive codependence.
Hmm.
It's two people who rely on each other for the right things,
Yeah, I do actually. I mean, like you were saying, he lays it out there. And the band, this is when I started noticing the band a little bit more. They're smooth and subtle, and they're doing some really neat things. They're serving the song, which I've been saying a lot here lately. But I figured it'd be important to bring up the band too, because yes, Jeffrey Gaines is who we know, and he's the guy out front, obviously. But the band knows what they're doing,
Yeah,
and I think it really uh, did him good to play with the band, just so he could have that fuller sound to add a little bit more emotional layering to his music.
sure, sure, sure. And I mean, he had bands on the albums. They were just not as out in front as they are on this album. And then when he would go on tour, he wouldn't bring them with him. It was just out on tour was just him and his guitar.
Right.
So, but this whole album was built to be played by a whole band from the bottom up.
That makes sense. Yeah, that definitely makes sense because you could tell. For me, this is about when I started noticing the band a little bit more. Stopped becoming such a solo coffee house type song into, oh no, this is right up there with, I don't know, Goo Goo Dolls and that kind of
Sure,
softer rock.
sure. That's another thing that was happening in '94 was the Goo Goo Dolls.
Right. So, what all do you know about this song? Like all the will in the world? Like, do you
Oh,
know anything about the subject or what it's about, or is it just you have to go through it in your head?
all that he needs. Is this one about the he won't? This is the music industry song, right?
Oh, yeah, quite possibly, yes.
Yeah, this
Um,
is the song about the guy who's trying to freaking become a rock star, and people keep on telling him that he's not going to be able to do it, and they keep on telling him that he's got to change his music, and they keep on telling him that he's got to do something differently. But he's like, no, screw that, man. I got all the will in the world. That's all I need.
hmm,
He has music industry songs on like all of his albums. I'm pretty sure that this is the music industry song.
if this so it's interesting like this is a music industry song because oh no, I get it. Oh, I pulled up the lyrics as you were saying that because I was like, oh,
Yeah,
is it? And I get it now, but it's written in a way that it's just clever. It's again clever
yeah,
songwriting.
yeah.
Speaking of
Lie to
clever
me.
songwriting, uh Nursery Rhyme, song 7. At
Okay.
first, I was like, is the friend's dad getting divorced? Because it was so upbeat and started sounding like a divorce song.
Right,
I
right,
get it.
right,
Shut up.
right,
I'm having fun. I'm having a good time with this album.
right.
And I was just like, it doesn't matter. Like the way he delivers it, it's just like, I want to hear it. Tell me the story. I'm in, Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Let's.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
And the band backing him up again are just fantastic. The way they compliment him and what's going on with his voice and his guitar playing to me is getting a little louder, a little more.
Right.
There's some shredding. It's mainly in the next song where I really catch it, but there's like, it's definitely shredding, but it's
Yeah.
muted, it's soft, the tones are nice. Do you like
Yeah, I
the
mean,
song?
just nursery rhyme is, it's another Jeffrey Gaines song that's like it's sadder than it seems.
Yes, but not really.
Yeah.
All right. Um, so I'm seeing the track listings as it before it goes to the next song, and I
Right.
see Elliot, and I'm like, please,
Uh,
please, please let it be about E.T.
it is not about ET.
I think it's about an imaginary friend.
I'm pretty sure it's about AIDS.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I actually read that when the album came out was that it was about a friend of his who had AIDS.
There was a line, I wish I'd have wrote it down. I bet it's because Spotify sucks and didn't give you the lyrics. But there was a line that he said, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know why I thought, is this about an imaginary friend? I wish I could find the exact lyric now without having a big dead space right here.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
yeah. This is the one where he's all like, it might not be in the cards for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This one was kind of sad, but there was something in it where he says, oh, man, I wish I could. I don't know. Something clicked in my head where I was just like, is he talking about an imaginary friend? But now that you point out that you thought you heard this was about AIDS, I can kind of,
Yeah, I'm almost positive that when the album came out, he did an interview or somewhere where he said that it was about a friend of his who had HIV.
oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
Um, I'm sure, I don't know, you might remember back during all the weird COVID stuff that Anthony Fauci guy was in the news a bunch.
yeah,
He basically like a supervillain. He kind of did the same thing they did with the COVID vax, with whatever that might have been during the AIDS crisis. He was giving these people medicines that were killing them, were messing them up, and he knew it.
damn.
And it's just, it's kind of weird that it happened again, especially, I mean, is
And they
this
let him
when
do it again
Ryan
too.
White? What?
I said, and they let him do it again too. Like, geez,
Power. You know how that goes.
yeah.
Um, was this around when that Ryan White kid really brought attention to the subject of AIDS? Do you
It could
remember?
have been. I mean, I remember Ryan White. He was a really big deal,
Right.
but I
Man.
can't remember the time frame of it.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I didn't catch that it was about AIDS. I
But I
did
think
catch.
isn't
Go ahead.
so. Isn't there like three different Elliots in the song though?
Yeah.
Because I think that what inspired the song was his friend who had HIV. But then I think obviously, there's a different Elliot in each verse is a different Elliot.
Right.
So,
There was some guitar work at the end that I was just like, oh, wow, that's nice guitar work. It
yeah,
was
but
about the last
basically,
minute, I think.
yeah. But basically, what the song is trying to tell you is not to take life so seriously, man, because you never know what's going to happen, man.
Right, but kind of like in a good way too. Like
Yeah,
we talked about earlier, how he also says, I'm doing the same thing. So it's not like someone's preaching at you or demanding you do this. He's just like, hey man, don't, it's all right. Relax. Don't take life so serious. We're all in this. Let me
yeah,
tell you about my friend Elliot or my friends with an S Elliot. It's
yeah,
it's a skill. It really is to be comforting in the music.
yeah, definitely.
What you got anything else? What how do
Just, I mean, the song has so many good lines.
Yeah.
I mean, just like maybe we should loosen up, 'cause sometimes life can interrupt. It's just the way that he says it. It's just so like it seems so obvious, but it's so like
Yeah, I do actually. It's like it's light. It's good. It's again, it's like he's just saying, I talked about how Jen Christie's album was like a hug, like she was holding you close and saying, even though all this happened, it'll be all right. He's kind of doing the same thing, but in that kind of like not a stoner vibe, but just somebody that's calm that knows. He's like, it'll be all right, man. Just listen to some tunes, smile a little bit, relax.
Yeah.
It's a skill. It really is. Um,
Yeah. Really.
oh, the next song. Oh gosh. Talent for Surrender.
Oh man, it's heavy.
Yeah.
The delivery is heavy. You know, got this talent.
And
I
there's
mean,
a
he's
line in there.
really good at it.
Your shining web is wide open and set for me. I just put yes, sir. Well played.
Yeah,
Just
that's good
good
writing.
line, just
Yeah,
powerful. And then Spotify. Ugh, they're just getting worse and worse.
Hmm,
I'm trying to figure out what Spotify did in this. Was it didn't give me the lyrics? I don't remember exactly what happened, but something happened with Spotify. Probably the lyrics, because I
okay.
wrote a little bit later on that they're really robbing me here
Yeah.
because the lines are so clever. It's just
Yes.
I wasn't expecting it at all, especially the
Yeah.
first couple songs. I was like, yeah, okay, soft rock. It is what it is.
Right.
But he keeps sneaking in these really, really not biting, but clever, sharp lines that
Yeah.
demand your attention.
Yeah. He's really, really good at that.
Is this the one? Okay, I know what Spotify's problem were. So Spotify had the lyrics, and I'm going to quote this exactly.
What they said they
Angie
were.
Wood, Wood,
Okay.
Angie Wood, like a name, said you couldn't make it right any night.
Yeah, that's not the words at all. That is not the words at all. And she was, oh my gosh.
And I was like, I don't understand what's going. I think it's funny and it's kind of neat, but in my head I was like, freaking, who's Angie Wood?
Yeah, that's not the right lyrics.
Yeah, I looked it up. I ran it
It's
through
like
your
Angie would have said you could make it right every night.
yeah.
Not Angie would.
Yeah,
Angie would have said,
you
yeah,
couldn't make it right any
every night,
night.
any night. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I ran it through your waifu or your best friend. I'm sorry, and even ChatGPT, Skynet was like, that's not what this is.
Yeah, that's not the right words.
Yeah, and I was just like,
Well,
thanks Spotify, but
and here's the thing about Spotify too. They get a lot of their lyrics from Music Match, and Music
hmm,
Match is just user submitted songs.
ah,
So it's not like they're the real lyrics half the time.
unless you're Angie Wood, then maybe
Yeah, Angie Wood is like, I'm gonna put my own name right in the middle of this song.
it's the person that has to transcribe. She's having a bad day. She's like, you know what? Screw my bosses. I'm putting my name right here.
Angie Wood. That's
Ugh.
hilarious.
That's pretty bad when ChatGPT, who also lies and says some nonsense, told me
Yeah.
that Spotify was on some nonsense.
Like, yeah, don't listen to Spotify on this one.
No, not at all. Because I looked it up trying to see if maybe um there was a reference to something I just didn't get. No.
Right. No.
Lyrics or music wise, there's a lot going on. This is a good song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that line a lot. Even if you correct it for whatever, it's still a neat line because what's he actually saying? Is it is it sexy? Is it sad? Is it
Man.
probably Angie Wood,
So
but Angie Wood said you couldn't make it right any night?
I think it's Angie would have said you couldn't make it right any night.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Like using the name Angie as in, just somebody we wouldn't know, less specific. So who's Angie?
No, no, I was saying Angie would have said you couldn't make it right every night.
Oh, yeah, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
Not as
Um,
funny, but it makes way more sense. And it's a better line anyway.
right, right, right. That's what I think the lyrics are.
I think
But
you're right. I just
um
wrote it down because that's what Spotify told me, and I know they were wrong.
Spotify's an idiot.
Yes.
But
The
it's
next
about
song, what'd you say?
I mean, to me the song is about two people who know that they aren't right for each other,
Mm-hmm.
but they give in, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I could
like they
see that.
know, yeah, they know that they can't fix each other, they can't even give each other the right kind of love, but they're gonna keep on giving in.
Right. I mean, that happens. Who hasn't done that? I think speaking for a lot of us, um, we've all been in relationships where we're just, it's not, we know it. We know it's not working. We know it's not going the way it should, but what else you gonna do? You don't want to be lonely. You don't want to be the one that gives up.
Yep, so you just keep on with
Keep it
it.
on.
Yeah.
Stay together for the kids in Mayberry, where you're singing the song walking home from school. So,
Sweet as you found the day.
oh, just
Yeah.
what a neat little artist. Like not little, well, yeah, little because not enough people have heard it, but it's another one of those albums that all you got to do is throw this on the radio, man.
You would think, you know?
I mean, it fits right up there with all that stuff you were talking about. It's a little bit better than Cracker, to be honest. Cracker was kind of
Yeah, yeah.
meh, and this isn't meh at all. There's a lot here. There's some really good playing if you listen for it. There's these clever lyrics. There's honesty. There's just a lot of emotions that he can get across with his voice and his
It's
guitar.
funny because when I told him that, I like you reminded me of Cracker,
Hmm.
he was like, "Oh, that would have been fun. I wish someone else had, thought that and put us out on tour with those guys."
Mm,
And I was like, "Yeah, man, that would have been a whole new audience for you."
right. Do you think this just got lost with what was happening in the music scene then?
I think that in 1994, in the mid 90s in general, there was so much music.
Hmm.
I also think, nothing against Chrysalis, but I think their powers were waning. I don't think Chrysalis was breaking artists.
As a record label.
Yeah.
Is this around when all these record labels were I don't think they really converged. I just think the big ones like Virgin and Atlantic, I just think they killed all the other ones because you couldn't get on the radio unless you
Yeah.
paid to play or you were Virgin, Atlantic, those guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
This I wonder where would you have, especially growing up where I did, up the road in Shelbyville, who would have even played this? This obviously wouldn't have been on Q95. It definitely
Yeah. I
wouldn't have
don't,
been on X103.
right. Right.
So once maybe the area I was in is what hurt this because I wasn't getting like any college radio or anything that would have been
Yeah.
new or cutting edge or well, cutting edge isn't exactly the right word, but anything that would show me what was going on in this genre.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because so I bought this album when it came out,
Hmm.
and then I won it 3 times from a local radio station.
Oh wow, that's pretty interesting that you won this same album like three times.
3 times. Yeah.
How does that happen? Like, is there really much of a story to it? Did you
I mean, I used to
purpose?
win. I used to win from the radio station a lot.
Yeah, you told us that.
and it was, call blah 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 blah, and win a prize pack.
And it was this album a
Like
whole
three
bunch?
different times. Three different
Somebody was trying to
times.
tell you you needed to hear this album,
I
evidently.
guess so, man.
And you did, so it found
Yeah.
you when it had to find you.
Yeah. I gave it to friends of mine, you know, try to spread the word.
And a lot of people should have done that.
Yeah.
Um, the next song, which I have is marked as number 11, I'll have to explain that in a little bit. Um, it's called What Can I Do? Dude, the the arrangement, the musical choices,
Yeah.
so good on this song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I really,
It's
really
very
liked. What?
it's very like made for headphones.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's more of an experience.
Yeah.
And this is, again, this is where I wrote Spotify was for sure robbing me of some good lyrics.
Yeah.
I was a little bit frustrated because I wrote, "Where's Sarah Connor when you need her? F you, Skynet." I was not enjoying the fact that Spotify and the internet is supposed to be so smart and it couldn't get me lyrics for this.
Yeah.
And of course, this song has got a different feel. I've talked a bunch about Kismet or whatever it is, or weird synchronicities. I'm walking around outside listening to this, fighting whatever an attack or an issue is with my health thing,
Yeah.
and a storm is starting to roll in. But
Right.
it none of that ends up being a bad thing somehow because the album, like, it just won't let you do anything dark. It won't let you feel bad for yourself. It won't let you mope around. It's not going to drag you through the mud.
Right.
I still have a hard time picturing you hanging around singing this stuff. I don't know why that is.
I would blast this album. I would put it on my stereo when I was a kid and play it so loud.
How many people did you share it with? Do you have like any stories about what would have happened? Like,
I mean, not other than my mom.
huh?
Like my mom really, really liked it. Other people I'd give it to them and not really hear back about, what they thought about it. But my
Hmm.
mom freaking loved it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know anybody that was even listening to this. Well, that's not true. My friend Beth, who actually listens to us, she liked stuff like the Goo Goo Dolls and that kind of thing back then. So I probably did know some people. It was just so opposite of whatever I was listening to. And
Right.
maybe I needed more of this, right? Need to be a little less of an emo kid and a little bit more of, hey man, it'll be all right. Just relax. Listen to some music.
Yeah. Check out some Jeffrey Gaines, man.
Yeah. So the next song is another one I saw before it actually started. It's Just One Thing. And I put, yeah, Spotify, just one thing, lyrics. And then I put, I don't know who I'm talking to. Anyway, shut up. I'm having fun.
Yeah.
And it's just fun. That's the best way to put this album is I enjoyed it. I was having a good time. It put me in a light, happy mood, a silly mood, but the the band as a whole, they're so good. Like,
Yeah.
and it's all understated again. Like, I don't know. As you can tell, I really like this album, and it was
I'm
not at
glad,
all
dude.
like
I'm
I would
glad you
normally
liked it.
listen to.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What, like, have you sat with this album like your whole life? Would you like
Yeah, I
pull
mean,
it
I've
out if
had
you
it for 30 something years, so
would you pull it out if you were having like a bad day or something? Or is it just one of those albums you have that you listen to a lot?
it's just an album that I listen to a lot, you
I
know.
didn't know if it because it's so subtle and the way he chooses his lyrics could change how you feel or think about them over time. So that's kind of what I was asking, is if it morphed in the way you thought of a song or felt for a song the more, I don't know, you lived in life and the more you went through life.
Not really. I mean, to me, the songs are always kind of what they are.
They don't change. Like you can't hear a song that maybe you heard, I don't know,
Well, I
in the
mean,
90s.
on this album though, definitely like I don't really get new things from these songs more
Right.
than just what they already gave me, what they've always given me.
Right. Like a friend, like an old friend, it might not be, it's not
Yeah,
going to be new and exciting, but man, it's still good.
yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. That's kind of the tone of this album too. It's not in your face. It's maybe not what even I would call exciting. It's
Right.
more warm, it's inviting, it's very laid back. It's very much, again, hey man, it'll be okay. Just
Yes.
listen to some music. Let's just sit here and let it take over you. Let it make you happy.
Yeah.
Interesting. This is so out of my range of things that I don't know. That's one of the things I really like about doing this is these artists that you probably couldn't have sold me on. You're like, oh man, they sound like Cracker, or I'd be
Yeah,
like,
you should
oh, great, I'll
check
pick a
out
song.
Jeffrey Gaines. You're like, no, I'm never gonna listen to this.
Yeah, and you'd be like, he's a singer-songwriter, just him and his guitar, and I'm like, ugh, coffee shop. Blig.
Yeah,
That's not fair to me because this is good music, man.
yeah, man.
So, you got anything you remember about Just One Thing? Anything that stands out to you? Any reason you
You know
love?
what? For some reason, I'm not remembering that song very well. So maybe I should have. Is it looking for the one thing? Now I go around place to
Yes.
place, town to town. I guess I do remember it. Looking
Yeah.
for the one thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's a good song, man. It reminds me like of like Billy Bragg or something.
What's the one thing you think?
I don't know, man. Are you
Is
supposed
it
to
that?
know?
No, I don't think so. We're
Yeah.
just supposed to realize that it's out there for you, whatever that means, wrestling, music, whatever that means, and you just go look for it, go chase it, go make it happen, That's the one thing. It's the magic of it.
I like how it changes to where he's like, and I can't see one thing, like it changes from he's looking for it and then he can't see it. So,
A lot of his songs did that. They kind of morphed or matured or even the perspective kind of grows almost like
yeah,
a timeline.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really good.
it's
Um,
smart.
oh yeah, absolutely. And that's again, it's so understated that this is smart music. It's not just airy, fluffy. What was that? I made the Friends joke. No, not Friends. We've talked about this song before, the how do you talk to an angel song?
Oh, by the Heights.
Yes.
How do you talk
The
to
rest of that group or whatever it was in music
Yeah,
campy. It was just like to
I
me,
have that album.
I'm sure you of course you do. Just of course you do. I loved that song. I was
It's a
one of
good
those
song.
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do I talk to that angel at school? I don't remember who it would have been unless you could tell me when that song came out.
Oh, I have no idea.
I could
I
always look
have
it up.
I have Jamie Walter's solo album too.
I think I think The Heights was the show, right?
Yeah, yeah. And the guy who sang that song put out an album. It's not very good, but I own it.
Didn't later on in years, but didn't My So-Called Life kind of do the same thing with an artist? Wasn't
Jordan Catalano, man.
okay.
Jared Leto.
Was that Jared Leto that sang the song from?
Jared Leto, man. Jared Leto had a band on My So-Called Life.
That I'd forgotten all about that being Jared Leto.
Yeah, man.
I forgot all about that. That's Claire Danes, right? She was the star or whatever.
Claire Danes, yeah, was a
Yeah.
star, yeah. Yeah, Jordan Catalano was the hottest guy in the world. He was Jared Leto, and he had a band,
Yep.
and he became Jared Leto.
I
He's
don't
Skeletor
remember.
now.
Yeah, well, he's something. Cult leader, something. Weirdo in a bunch of movies.
I heard he does a good Skeletor.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't Jed went and seen it today, but I hadn't had a chance to okay, I didn't remember to shoot him a text and say, "Hey, how was the movie?"
Yeah, I'm such a Camila Mendes fan, dude. So
Which character is she playing?
she's playing Tila.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna see it for sure. I just don't know exactly when.
yeah,
Did you remember the original Dolph Lundgren He-Man?
yeah. Of course,
Of
I
course.
don't remember anything about it, but I remember watching it when it came out.
I remember a lot about it, honestly.
Yeah.
And there's a tone, like I don't know if it ends up working into a song, but they had that big like cylinder looking thing and they played like a some kind of tone or some kind of music notes that I can't remember exactly, but that really stood out in my mind. It's like, what is that tone? What is other than that? Yeah, that move's garbage. Now, it just doesn't hold up. That's all. I
Yeah.
tried to make Jessie watch it, and she was just like, "What the crap is this?"
The worst thing ever.
And I did. I was like, I can't. I was a weird kid. I don't know what to tell you.
Dude, have you ever watched the freaking Garbage Pail Kids movie as an adult?
No, the one from the 80s?
Oh, it's so terrible.
No, come on.
I mean, it's terrible in like a
Is it like Howard the Duck terrible,
yeah,
or
it's kind of like Howard the Duck terrible, I guess.
you shut
It's
your dirty mouth?
enjoyable.
What is it?
It's enjoyable, but it's so bad.
I haven't gotten around to reading this yet, but it's an R.L. Stein Garbage Pail Kids novel.
Nice.
Uh, I don't, as far as I know, it's not just for kids, but it's weird that you brought up the Garbage Pail Kids movie, and I was like, wait a minute, I've got a novel around here for it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, weird little synchronicities.
Indeed.
So, in her mind,
Oh yeah.
at first, I put, come on, she's got some unresolved stuff. Couldn't think of a better word than stuff. Really?
Come on, man.
And then as the song wrapped up, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this song is about uh, important women. Like I heard a line that could have been for a daughter. I definitely heard some stuff that could have been for a lover and some stuff that
Right.
could have been for a mother. So I thought that was really neat how he weaved these, you know, archetypes of women into the song.
Yeah. He's really good at that. He's really good at like taking what seems like one character and then adding other characters onto the layers of it.
Right.
So,
Just a good songwriter. He knows what he's doing. His storytelling, I guess, in it is really strong, which is probably part of that. It has to be, or you're not going to listen to him. If you're going to
right.
feature your vocals and just your guitar, you better really give the fans something to go, to sit up and pay attention to.
Right, 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 right.
What do you remember about the song?
I mean, I don't remember much about this song either.
Huh, that's fair.
Maybe the back half I should have listened to.
Yeah, maybe. Um,
I
so
thought
if you didn't sit
I've
down,
listened to this song so many times, or I've listened to this album so many times. I was like, I don't need to do notes, but
right.
maybe I should have.
Yeah, you probably should have, just so I could see like where you were at. Did you listen to the album or did you just wing it?
I just, I mean, I just listened to this album a couple weeks ago. So
Well,
I was
yeah, but
just like,
things were different for you a couple weeks.
yeah, that's very fair. That's very fair.
So maybe you needed this.
Yeah, maybe I should have actually sat down and listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, it'd have been a nice little, I think it was like 53 minutes, but a nice little break from bad heavy stuff going on, getting a little bit of.
Fair, fair.
So that answers that. I was going to ask where you were at, how this was helping you with everything you had going on.
Yeah, I mean, I've mostly been listening to that Power Pop playlist.
You probably need it, need
Yeah,
the constant upbeat.
sugar.
Well, I don't know. There's two different things there because sugar's not good for you, or in too much sugar is not good for you.
Yeah,
All right,
I
well,
think a little sugar will get you awake and get you going, though.
yeah, that's true. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of sugar.
Yeah.
So the last song, for some reason, I have it marked as song 14.
Okay.
There's only 13 songs on the album.
Right, because it replays "I Like You Again."
Right. But yeah, I was still like, how do I have it as 14 when there's only 13 songs on the album?
I don't know.
Once again, I just put, shut up. I'm having fun. And my taste in music sucks. So you can't hold this against. It's a good song. There's a lot going on again. There's some really neat guitar work in it that I wouldn't have expected. I've
Right.
already heard him do this a handful of times. It's just like if you could have just, I don't know, shined more light on the guitar work.
What is the last track?
The last track is actually "Wish It Away."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and this song is like,
Yeah, it's a really cool song. I like the
yes,
way it kind of falls apart at the end.
yes, yes, yes,
Good stuff.
absolutely. And this is the guitar work is great. Uh, just getting after it. I was like, okay, he's letting us know that he can play. He can do all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's just
definitely.
making it fit where it belongs. And of course, there's thunder starting to go off in the background. I'm just having an epic fun time with this album.
Awesome.
It's the best song on the album too.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
It's a great song.
It's the best song on the
That's-
album.
I still kind of think "You Believe in Me" is the best song on the album, but
I'm pretty sure that I have this one.
right
That's the best song on the album. Yeah,
on.
it's arranged so good.
Yeah,
His voice, the things he's talking about, again, it's just a happy album, but the song just encapsulates it all.
yeah,
And then, like you said, for some reason, the first song starts over.
yeah. They play the first song again,
Yeah, so I put Spotify is so Bono.
dude. That's actually on the album too.
Oh,
I have no idea why. I should have
I wonder
asked.
if it's to end like it finishes,
Maybe,
like a full circle type thing.
yeah, maybe because they play it. They play it again. Whether you have the cassette tape or the CD, you get that song again.
It's not different that you know of, different lyrics, different.
Nope,
Nope.
nope. It is the first song. Is "I Like You" one more time.
Why didn't you ask him?
I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it.
Fair enough.
Totally should have.
Yeah, because now I want to know, like, did you do it on purpose? Is that a funny little joke? He's like, aha, we'll just start the album over and you won't know it. It'll just be a continuous loop forever and ever.
Back to back to back.
Yeah. And to me, it was annoying just because I thought Spotify was messing up, but now it makes me wonder if,
Yeah, no, it wasn't Spotify. That's what they did.
oh,
Yeah.
huh. So you've had this album for 30 years.
Yeah, man.
How many times you seen him live?
Only once.
Oh,
That one time.
wow. It's
Yeah.
11:30. I know you're kind of having a hard time over there, and I'm trying to, you know,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
along, keep you engaged. What's his other
I
music?
appreciate it, man. Um, it's all different. That's the weird thing about Jeffrey. Like, so what he says is he goes into the studio with his songs,
Hmm.
and then he kind of lets the band who he's playing with, like he'll assemble whatever the best options are for him to make the record with in the area where he's recording.
Okay.
And so he kind of lets them dictate what the album's going to sound like.
Oh, wow.
And I always thought that was interesting.
That is really interesting. That seems kind of like what I would think is the opposite mentality of Marty and the Bad Punch.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
And that's not a bad thing. All those guys, as far as musicians, they showed up, they understand the assignment, they did it perfectly. Whereas these guys, he let, what's this mean to you? What's this? What
Yeah.
can you sound like he's probably just a good dude. Like,
Yeah, he definitely seems like a really good dude.
why would he want to boss somebody around when it
Right.
makes more sense to say, here's what I wrote. What's this? What do you feel about this? Which is kind of
Right.
what we're doing here.
Yeah, like he comes with the music and he's like, let's jam this out, man. And let's figure out what we're gonna do here for this album.
Like probably by feel, he definitely seems like a really introspective guy, a guy who is obviously not afraid of his feelings at all.
Right, right, sure.
So I could see him being like, yeah, man, just all right, let me hear what you think with it.
But one of the things that I think is cool, like I met him after that concert
Hmm.
and he hung out and like signed stuff and just talked to people and was just, generally a cool guy just to kind of be around.
Right.
And he said that usually he's the last person to leave after his show. And I remember like people having to come and get him,
Hmm.
and being like, come on, man, we got to get out of here. Because he feels like if people come and they listen to his music and they're there to make that connection, he wants to give them as much as he can. And I think that's really, really cool.
Lot of musicians are like that. I got to meet Henry Rollins and he's like that. And that's
Yes.
basically what he says. He's like, of course. I mean, why wouldn't I want to take time to talk to these people that give me 2 hours of their time or however much of their time because you're in the same headspace. Those are your people.
Right.
So it's not even a burden at all. It's like, oh yeah, man, hey, thanks. Like you're talking to a friend more than I'm Jeffrey Gaines or even when I met Henry Rollins, I mean he was Henry friggin' Rollins. It was
Yeah.
hearing some of his spoken word stuff. And you hear not as much anymore, but I think that's because negativity spreads. But you
Right.
hear about artists that are like that at both Jeffrey's level and at Rollins's level. And it's just a good thing to be like to let
Yeah.
people know you appreciate them and especially, I'm just like you. I'm one of you.
Yeah. Every musician who I've ever met has been pretty cool.
Most of the ones I've met have been pretty cool. There's a few
Yeah.
exceptions here or there, but
Right. 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 I remember when I met Frank Starr, the old singer for the Four Horsemen, passed away in a motorcycle accident. Um, he had stepped outside of the club to smoke a cigarette, and there was nobody else around but me and him. And I was waiting for my bus ride or for my ride to come pick me up.
mhm.
And I just looked over at him and I said, "Hey, man, it was a great show." He said, "Thanks." And that was it, dude. like I didn't need to get up and run over and be like, oh, you're Frankie Starr from the Four Horsemen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even
I,
though at the time they were one of my favorite bands, and I totally wanted to do that. You know?
I I think I get it. When I met the Great Muda, I wasn't fanboying out. I wasn't marking out. It was simply, thank you, sir. Just,
Yes.
I loved what you did. I loved what you presented. It brought me so much. So just
Yeah.
thank you. I don't need to say anything else. I don't need to be like, I'm your number one fan. Wipe your sweat on my face. No, just you gave me a gift. Speaking
Yeah.
of gifts, Billy White from Shun hit me up earlier
Oh,
this week
cool.
before I got ripped off on my debit card. Um, he's sending
Ugh.
me they're repressing some albums and he's
Oh,
sending it.
nice.
And I
Very
just,
cool.
what, you know, thanks. It's a gift that these
Yeah,
artists
it's
give
awesome.
us. The debit card story is so I get this letter that looks official. It's all worded official, blah, 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 all of that that says, thank you for
Nice.
joining Apple Pay, blah, 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 blah. If this is not you, call immediately this number. Duh. So I call the number because it's late at night and I'm starting to freak out. And I'm like, oh no, it sounds just like card services.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, evidently. So some after I refused to give the automated thing my information, a lady got on the phone. And I even said, so you guys are card services, right? You're the people that she's like, yes, yes, okay. So I gave her my information. She looks and she's like, oh, or pretends to look. I don't see anything about Apple on your account. You should be fine. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I'll just freeze my card and that'll be that.
Right.
The next day, I need to unfreeze my card the next day I call the bank. My credit union says, no, we don't see anything weird on your card. Just watch it. You should be good. I unfreeze it to get my lunch and I go to work. About 10:15 till 5, coincidentally, when my bank closes at 5, I think I
Right.
better check my account. Wiped out. Close to $2,500. Gone. So I rush outside and I call my credit union and they're on it. The lady, even though she was getting ready to go out the door, was like, all right, we see it. I'll get all this flagged. Come in here tomorrow. We'll get the paperwork started. We'll get you a new card. So, of course, the next day I get up early, I go do all that. They had my money refunded later that next day.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like thankful that it was able to fix so fast
Yeah,
and
yeah,
mad
yeah.
as about these damn scammers.
Man, man. Ridiculousness, dude.
Yeah.
So, one time a few years ago,
At band camp?
yes,
Okay.
Casey and I were getting ready to go buy fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was 3 or 4. And we went down to get the fireworks, and I had no money.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell happened? So I look, and there's all these different stops on the same street in like Georgia of people like buying food.
Oh yeah. You said they were buying like steak dinners and shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what they did was they somehow got a hold of my credit card number, right?
Mm-hmm.
Made a fake bank card with it. But then they would say, this card doesn't swipe, you have to type the number in.
Mm.
And then people would type it in. Boom.
That's probably what they no, they said it on Apple Pay, evidently for me. I don't know for
Right.
sure. But it was like that. Best Buy in Valparaiso, uh, another Best Buy in way up north in Indiana.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It pissed me off. But yeah, that's the bank story, which
But
doesn't
yeah,
matter because I spent time with this album and I'm just like, yeah,
yeah, hey,
yeah, I'm in a good mood. This album was good.
whatever. Yeah. But it was crazy the way that I found out what they did was the bank made me call the places to find out, what happened.
Uh-huh.
and to see if I could get a refund from the places first before the bank would refund me the money.
What?
Yeah, dude, my bank was not as cool as your bank.
No, I've been with mine since I was 16 though. So, no.
Yeah. So they were like, "Oh yeah, we remember that. Someone came in with the card and blah blah blah." And they told me that story. And I was like, "Okay, well, can you let my bank know that this was not, let my bank know what happened because I'm not even in Georgia,
Right.
whatever." And then eventually I got the money back, but not in time to get Casey and I good fireworks. We ended up getting little crappy ones.
Yeah. That's see, and I don't know, like, why? Why? You robbed a kid of something.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you were, these people were taking like my Vegas trip money, it's like, how could you? I know it's a whole almost industry in like India and some of those poorer places, but
Yeah.
how do you even, how do some of these people even live with themselves? You know what I mean? Here you are freaking out because you had some thoughts that sucked, and they're
Yeah.
ripping people off. No, no, because they
Yeah.
didn't listen to enough Jeffrey Gaines. That's what
Right.
happened.
Right. They got to listen to more Jeffrey Gaines, man.
I agree. I feel like this one went by pretty fast. Like
Yeah.
it's only 11:40. What do you got going on? Anything you want to bring up? Do you want to thank you everybody? Let's figure out what we're going to listen to next so we can tell Kevin and he will be prepared to join
Woohoo.
us.
You got any ideas?
Um, I mean, we could listen to that punk album that Steve Niles, he was a horror writer. We could even put Kevin on the spot and tell him to,
Yeah, let's ask Kevin to pick something.
all right, that sounds a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll have him pick something that he's had for 30 years. I've done it. You've done it a couple times. That
Right
sounds
on, man.
sounds good to me. Are you wanting to wrap this up or?
I mean, I guess so. We might as well, right?
Yeah, sounds good. Some people are going to be glad that it's not 3 hours.
Yeah, and some people are not going to be so happy. Sorry,
Well,
guys. I'm on medicine and my brain is discombobulated and I'm doing my best, man.
yeah. Hey, I'm sure everybody understands.
Appreciate
All
it.
right. Well, I'll wrap it up with check this album out. If you're in a bad mood, you're going through some crap, and you just want to hear something positive from somebody who sounds like they care that you're going through a tough time.
Yeah, and check out Jeffrey's other stuff. Like
Well,
he has, his first album, his self-titled album. He's got this one. He's got Galore. He's got Always Be. He's got All Right. Um, he's got Into the Sun.
we
He's
should let
got,
Tyler tell us a couple albums that he likes since we never remember to thank him.
yeah, thank you, Tyler. Let us know some albums that you dig, man. You
Yeah,
should
we
come
can
on the
send him
show sometime.
talk about how annoying it is to listen to us for. I just saw our hour count on my Spotify playlist that I share with to everybody or
Yeah.
share with at. Anyway, what is the correct term there? Share with everybody?
With? I think with. Yeah.
It's like 73 hours or something. How do we have 70? I mean, I know how I
We have
have 70.
73 hours of content.
Yeah. You have way more than that, but
Well, yeah.
and people are listening.
Yeah. And eventually I think I hit 85 hours or 85 episodes with Most Excellent. And eventually, hopefully, I'll get back to where I can do that show again.
Like I told you, I will drag you along, kicking and screaming. I will not let you disappoint both of our fans. Not gonna happen.
I appreciate you, brother.
Of course. I appreciate everybody listening to this. If you got album suggestions, go to the Facebook page, hit us up. Do all the pandering, like, comment, subscribe, all that, make us
And
famous,
all that stuff.
something.
But yeah, thanks everybody for listening. And I guess next week we will listen to whatever album Kevin decides to do. So that'll be fun.
It should be, yes. Good night, everybody. Thank you again for listening.
All right, take care, y'all.
Yep, still recording.
Yep.
Mm.
Stop recording. Stop.